Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to the garden and our How to Grow Flower series. Today we are focusing on yet another awesome flower, sunflowers. Now, sunflowers are insanely easy to grow. They are one of the first flowers that people usually grow, even in their first garden ever, and for good reason. They're gorgeous. You can use them for cut flowers. They attract pollinators. It's fun to watch the birds sit over there and eat the seeds. I don't know why you grow it. That's why I grow it. I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. First and foremost, we need to wait until all chance of frost has passed in our garden before we plant sunflowers. Now, sunflowers are a little bit cold tolerant in seedling stage, as in, there's a volunteer sunflower in the garden. It came up. It's still a little bit cold. It can handle a little bit of frost as a seedling, but definitely I would wait just to play it safe because there's no sense in wasting seeds and having a crop failure early just because you wanted a little bit of a head start. So obviously the first way that we can plant these seeds, there are a couple options. The first one is to amend a bed, make sure it's weed free, well amended, and direct sow those seeds. Direct sow them, just stick the seeds in the ground, usually about ½ inch to 1 inch deep is what I personally do. It's up to you. Just make sure to read your seed packet. If you're uncertain, it'll tell you. After that, water that very, very well, and germination should occur within about a week as long as the temperatures are nice and warm outside. However, I never direct sow sunflowers, and I'll tell you why. Birds. The birds in my yard are absolutely terrible. The cardinal birds will go over to the sunflower patch and pick every single seed out of the ground and eat it. I have no clue how they are able to do this, but they do. So that leaves us with a couple other options. Of course, we can start the seeds indoors in trays under grow lights. I personally never start any plant in my garden channel here indoors. I've never done it, so I don't feel qualified to tell you about it. I'm sorry. But there are a couple choices. Another is to use the winter sowing method to sow the sunflower seeds. If you are unfamiliar with the winter sowing method, it just uses a recycled bottle as a greenhouse to start seeds in. I have several videos specifically about winter sowing sunflowers here on the channel. All you got to do is hit it in the search bar, winter sowing sunflowers. It should pop up just fine. That method works exceptionally well. You will have to make sure to plant at the right time so that the seedlings don't get too big before they need to get transplanted. Another option, which I did this year, is to use a flat seed tray, sow the seeds in the soil, and then place that into an unheated low tunnel. I started my sunflower seeds back around the end of March, and this worked exceptionally well. I was able to start over 100 sunflowers outside in March while I was still having some frosts without any grow lights, and then transplant them into the garden as soon as my frost date had passed. This method worked really great for me because I didn't have the space or the money for grow lights or anything like that, but it allowed me to have a really great garden. After transplant, these sunflowers really don't require that much care. They are able to grow in less than ideal conditions. However, you want to make sure that you are giving them full sun. And if you're growing one of the larger varieties, one of the giant varieties, you want to make sure that soil is nice and nutrient rich so that they can reach their full potential and get nice and tall and big and make a really nice visual statement. Once they begin to flower, I usually cut mine for cut flower arrangements, or I just let them go to seed and watch the birds enjoy them. Depending upon the variety that you grow, you might need to stake them. Again, if you're growing one of the varieties that produce a lot of seed or get very tall, you may consider using a stake against the plant so that those do not begin to fall over in windstorms or when the seed heads get really, really heavy, because that can be a major problem, especially with the bigger varieties. Overall, I think sunflowers are one of the best things that you can grow in the garden, and even if you're a total beginner, I totally recommend it. That's really about it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful. As always, you can leave any questions or comments that you have down below. I'm always trying to answer those. Usually I get to them in about a week sometimes longer depending upon how busy I am with work and, you know, the channel and everything. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I'd absolutely love to have you. We are making new content all the time. Sometimes it's DIY projects, sometimes it's gardening, could be even soap making. You really never know quite what I'm going to upload. So if you like a little bit of a surprise, you might like this channel too. Always going to just keep on growing. Be sure to tell your friends, hit the little bell icon, all that good stuff. I hope that you guys are having such an amazing day. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.